Hello, peeps. I hope everyone's doing great. This is Motorsport Progression, and I'm back again with another video. So, peeps, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video as well, so other people can get the message. And yeah, I hope you enjoy Formula One just as much as I enjoy it. So, I want to talk about Lando Norris and McLaren, and I'm reading this article here on Planet F1. Shout out to Planet F1. And it's saying that Norris, it says impatient Norris admits to having considered leaving McLaren. So, so basically, the article is saying that Norris considered leaving McLaren. But here's what Mike Brown said after the Belgian Grand Prix last week. It says he thinks that the way to keep Lando is to give him a good car, and as long as you can give him a good car and he loves the environment and he loves the team, he's gonna continue on the journey with McLaren. And he says, obviously we were a bit frustrated at the start of the year, but we now have two second place finishes, and he feels like as long as they keep doing that, he'll stick around. But obviously Lando should want more from the team and look for championship race wins and championship wins. Obviously he hasn't won a race yet for McLaren, but he's getting a bit closer. So here's Lando's comments on what Mike Brown had to say about his future. So he says, of course, I want to win races with McLaren. I want to win in Papaya. I want to win championships, he told Sky F1. And he says, I want to achieve my success and I want to achieve my goals with McLaren. That's been my target since I came here, since I've entered Formula One with this team. He says, I guess I'm a loyal guy from that point of view, that I've joined the team. They gave me a chance in Formula One and I want to deliver and achieve success for them. And I think it's a cooler story at the same time to go from where we were a few years ago, a team that was really struggling, to fighting back and being the first team to really come back from a long way and fight for championships and wins. I think it will be just cool story to look back on in 10 or 20 years, because I remember when Lewis left McLaren, they were struggling, and Button had a few good races. He was struggling. Even Perez came along, and you even had Kevin Magnussen and other drivers. Fernando Alonso was there for a while. They had a really bad engine. I remember they were with Honda, and yeah, now they got Mercedes engine. They're doing much better, and they got some parts as well. Signed off parts from Mercedes as well. So yeah, they're doing very well, and yeah, they're picking up performance slowly. But Norris also admitted that his loyalty was far less tested, likely with McLaren not firing on all cylinders. And one big admission that he made was that in the back of my mind, there's that impatient game of, do I stick it out or for another few years, or is it time to look for something different? Because there was a rumor that Red Bull contacted Lando Norris in the summer to find out if he would take the second seat next to Max Verstappen, but he ended up signing a 4 or 5 year deal with McLaren, I think the previous year. So Lando has a long-term deal with McLaren for the moment. But the more we achieve, and here Lando says, the more we achieve things as we have done over the past few weeks, the more I'm very confident with the decision I made to stay until 2025. And the more confident I am which we can achieve our goals in the future. So what Lando is saying is that, look, if they can keep up the good results, he will be happy to stay, but in the back of his mind, he's thought about leaving when they were struggling, you know what I'm saying? And he was also full of praise for the turnaround of the team, and he was also full of praise for the team. So yeah, it looks like McLaren is having a good upturn, and I'm hoping to find some more pace in which they can challenge for race wins. And yeah, that would be exciting for Formula One, because Formula One needs that charge where someone can challenge Red Bull for the moment. So yeah, Lando was full of praise for the turnaround of McLaren, and he's saying to go into Silverstone expecting just to beat Ferrari, to beat Mercedes, to beat Aston Martin, it was definitely not our expectation to be one of the Red Bulls. So he's saying that they beat Sergio Perez to a podium position. So I guess it was a little bit of a surprise, but a very good surprise, and especially because it was my home Grand Prix. But then to do it also in Budapest, a track which isn't as high speed, we know our strength. We know our strengths are really in the high speed and kind of medium speed, slow speed. That's where we lose most of our time to the top teams. Still to Red Bull, to Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin, we're still losing in the slow speed corners. Even if we go back to Budapest or Silverstone, we're not far off of being one of the worst in low speed corners. Is a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. If we can just improve on that a little bit, then it can really help us to progress even more. But then the medium to high speed is so close to being one of the best on the grid and not far off Red Bull. So he's saying, yeah. So here Lando's saying that in the high speed corners and medium speed corners, they're very good. The McLaren is very nimble, but in the slow speed corners, they really struggle. So for them to do well at Budapest, it was a really surprise to them. And he says that's what we proved a little bit in Austria, definitely in Silverstone, and a little bit in Budapest. So all positive things. So Lando at the moment he's happy with the last two results, and he's saying that if they can improve in the slow speed corners, they'll be just as good as the Red Bull. But if we can improve the small weaknesses that we have, to continue what Lando's saying, then I think I can be a lot more confident again. Than I would say is one of the biggest turnarounds in the middle of the season for any many years in Formula One, and that's a very good thing to have done. So yeah, Lando's looking forward to a good turnaround, the turnaround with McLaren, and he's looking for improvement in the low speed corners. And yeah, in the long term, he wants to stay with McLaren as well, but he wants results in it. He wants like to be fighting for podiums and race wins and championships. So this is Lando's target, and to be honest, for the moment, he should stick to McLaren and just makes a few tweaks to the car and just keep driving fast. And yeah, I feel like McLaren could come good if they just keep, pushing towards the front of the grid and just keep pushing towards the front of the grid and chipping away. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this video to end. And if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.